some money, you know what? I like this guy's honesty. I will send him $50,000. And that's for Trump. How are you going to call yourself the president of law and order when you openly blaspheme the law? And not even for like a noble reason, no. It's just so that you can spend 90 minutes ranting about how vegetables were invented by the deep state and Hillary Clinton. And this isn't just about breaking the law. What Donald Trump is doing here is actually dangerous. The last time Trump held an indoor rally, he lost 25% of his black friends. So there you have it. Everyone from college students to grandmas to the president himself is helping this virus continue spreading. But I guess that's the genius of America's coronavirus response. Unlike other countries that are preparing for the second wave, America realized you don't have to deal with the second wave if you never get over the first. The coronavirus pandemic has been devastating for a number of industries. The sports industry, the restaurant industry, and not to mention Stouffer's line of frozen back dinners. And Corona has been especially bad for travel. I mean, at the beginning of the outbreak, the biggest trip most of us could take was from our bed to the toilets. But gradually, people are starting to realize that they can still go on trips. They just have to do it a little more old school.
A five-star comeback. Motels seeing a surge in business as more Americans look to social distance during the pandemic.
Motels may seem like relics of a bygone era, but not in 2020.
I prefer this over a hotel. I can just walk straight to my room. Everything's clean. I'm not touching a lot of things.
Many of the motels offer their own little kitchenettes. So you're self-contained in that area too. You just go out, get your groceries, come in, and stay at home.
Motels are sort of built for pandemics. One of the reasons they're becoming more popular right now is because you don't have to walk through a crowded lobby to get to your room. You don't have to get on an elevator. We're at a Motel 6, by the way, and your air conditioning unit is your own, so you don't have to worry about the virus spreading through different rooms.
Yes, good news, people. You don't have to worry about coronavirus at motels, which means now you can spend more time worrying about whether the drug deal in the next room is going to go bad. I think that's a pretty fair price for 10 kilos, Mr. Scorpion. Please just take it. I also get why motels make much more sense than hotels right now. I mean, COVID can't get you if you get stabbed in the parking lot first. Plus, motels already have those other diseases that Corona's probably afraid to step on their turf. Yeah, Corona's like, yeah, you know, I'll just wait for you outside. You know what you think about it? Coronavirus is actually one of the most bougie diseases. You know? Think about where Corona is, what it's doing. Corona's like, I like going on cruises, and I love being in restaurants. I don't like being outside. And fitness classes, oh my God, I love those. Basically like anywhere with vitamin water. So a road trip to a motel is one way to make vacations a little safer. But safer yet is a road trip in a motel.
RVs have become the trendy way to vacation during the pandemic.
The demand is so high, RV dealers say inventory across the state is low.
An RV is a socially distanced vehicle, a socially distanced vacation, and a way to corral or keep your family together.
This motorhome is 36 feet long and 8 feet wide, about the size of a city bus. No special license is required.
What? Oh no!
I was a little tight with the,
that was my back wheel, right?
With more RVs on the roads, more inexperienced drivers are putting the wreck in recreational vehicle.
God damn, that was crazy. And I know what you're thinking right now. Trevor, if my whole family is in that RV and we crash and die, isn't that worse than some of us getting coronavirus? Honestly, guys, I don't know. Because if one family member dies, we all have to go to their funeral. But if we all die together, then no one is sad. It's also funny how that guy said RVs are a great way to keep your family together. Because is that really the problem we're having right now? Like, who's sitting out there like, God, I love that we're spending every waking moment together. But what if we could do it in an even smaller space? Either way though, this shows you why America is such a strange place. Because if you're forced to live in your car, you get tickets, police hassle you, people call you a blight. But if your car has a stove in it, oh, then you're just living the dream. So, Corona has made road trips great again. But what if you want to go somewhere that you can't drive to? Well, that's where things get tricky. Because although airline travel is surprisingly safe, it's not just the virus that you need to be worried about.
A passenger gets kicked off a plane after a dispute over a face mask. We're seeing incidents like this again and again.
More than 700 people are now on airlines' no-fly list, all because they refuse to wear a mask while traveling.
Tension aboard a Newark-bound flight as every single passenger is forced off, all because one of them wasn't wearing a mask.
Fists were thrown after a woman refused to wear a mask on an American Airlines flight.
Okay, people, I can understand why some don't want to wear masks out there, right? I can stretch my mind to understand why people don't want to wear a mask at a place like the gym. But airplanes are the one place where your individual desires don't mean shit. Oh, I don't feel comfortable wearing a mask on a plane. Nobody feels comfortable. That's what flying is all about. They tell you when you can stand. They tell you when you can eat. Hell, they tell you when you can use the bathroom. Flying is the only time after 4th grade where you need to get permission to go pee. Flying is not about your personal comfort. It's about safety. You think I want to take off my shoes? Huh? And then walk through a machine that exists solely to take fancy dick pics of me? And by the way, I can't believe anyone is actually brawling on an airplane. That requires way too much work. Especially if you're in the window seats. Because then you gotta do that weird little shimmy out first. What did you say to me, asshole? excuse me, sir, excuse me. Excuse me. Here, I'll hold your ginger ale. I just said, what did you say to me, asshole? And it's not just corona and assholes that the airline industry is struggling with right now. Because as it turns out, even if Americans are willing to get on a plane, they aren't allowed to go to too many places.
Some countries have been easing travel restrictions in a bid to get their tourism industries rolling again, but there is one country that is repeatedly being left off safe travel lists, and that is, the United States.
Europe's famous landmarks and beaches are normally a magnet for American tourists and a major source of income here, but travelers from the US will not be allowed into Europe.
If you look at places where US citizens can travel right now, the list is embarrassingly small.
Before the pandemic, Greece was a ticket to 185 countries, but now, with the US still struggling to get its case numbers under control, an American passport is a ticket to almost nowhere.
That's right, people. Because of how America has handled coronavirus, travel to most of the world has been shut down. So, no more backpacking trips through Europe.